Hello, my name is Dietmar Dörschleck, and I'm a certified Atlassian business consultant with Valiantis, and we are the largest global platinum solution partner focused on the Atlassian ecosystem. Thank you so much for joining me today. This video is part of a multi-part video series where we focus on the topic of Atlassian administration roles. This is a rather complex topic, but it's very important to focus on the administration roles in the Atlassian ecosystem as they ensure optimal setup and ongoing maintenance of your investment in the Atlassian tools. We noted in earlier videos in this series that hardly ever does a singular Atlassian product stand on its own. Most of the clients we work with use multiple products and really benefit from the integration of those products. For example, we have many clients, many customers who not only use Jira Service Management, but they use JSM in the context of knowledge management managed in Confluence. They use Jira for development work and Jira Service Management on the operational ongoing sustainment of the product that the teams develop. Now, in another video, we focused on the very important role of org admins, organizational admins, which of course is a concept in Atlassian Cloud, in the cloud platform. Please look for that video, which focused more comprehensively on the role of org admins. They focus on the setup of users, the setup of groups, the licensing and billing with respect to Atlassian products, in global settings with respect to security and other global site settings. Those org admins work very closely with various product admins, whether or not this is Confluence, Jira, Jira Service Management. And product admins work very closely with project admins in Jira and JSM and with space admins in case you have Confluence licensed on your instance. Now, the purpose of this video is to focus on a particular in-depth topic with respect to product access controlled through groups, which the org admin administers. So let's dive in. Now on the screen, I'm taking you to the admin.atlassian.com page for an organization that I spun up. So I am the org admin in that organization. Now, as we mentioned in another video, the org admin is responsible for the upkeeping of products that are added to a particular instance. So in this instance, I have 2 instances of Jira licensed, and yes, they do reside in different sites. And is it not possible to have the same product on a particular site multiple times? I have Jira Service Management licensed, and I have 2 instances of Confluence. Now you see on this product overview screen that the Jira administration product is automatically added when either Jira Core, Jira Software, or JSM is licensed on the product or on that particular site. So the focus on this video now is how does an org admin control what users can do at the product level, not at the project or the space level, but at the product level. So let's start with Jira first. So the org admin navigates from the product overview page to Jira and then clicks to manage product. Now what we see here on this screen is that out of the box, the Jira product, which I have licensed in the standard plan, can be accessed by any members of the groups that are mapped to that product, which out of the box are the org admins, and then Jira user access admins and Jira users mapped to that Jira product in that organization. Now, what the org admin can now do for each of those groups is the org admin can define at a more granular level what product roles each of those groups has. So for example, for the Jira user group, any user, any member in that group can be either a user and or could also be a user access admin. Now this can be set up for each group that is mapped to that particular product. So in other words, an org admin can at the org level for each product define whether or not members of that group are just users, or they could also be granted the product role of user access admins. They don't necessarily have to have product access, but they can administer users and groups for this product in the Atlassian administration. So if you have a very large investment into Atlassian ecosystem and you have many hundreds of users, this is a means for the org admin to delegate the role of user access admin to somebody else. And they do this via the product role user access admin, which is mapped to the group, which is mapped to the Jira product. It's a very powerful concept, which is fairly new, but it allows essentially the management of user access to the Jira product at a more granular level and is a means for the org admin to delegate that responsibility. Now let's look at the Confluence product. So I have two sites on my org. I have Confluence product 1 and Confluence product 2. I'm just demonstrating this with the first one. So I'm going into the first Confluence product, click on Manage Product. And again, here are the out-of-the-box groups that have access, so members of those groups have access to the Confluence product. So if I'm going into, for example, the Confluence user group, now what product roles can members of that group have? They can be for Confluence users, that's the same as in Jira, but they can be product admins and they can also be user access admin. Now, why is the product admin product role specifically called out here? And why is it not called out in Jira? It's because Jira product admin is granted by access to the Jira admin product, not to the Jira product. And the Jira admin product, which we saw here, Jira administration, the Jira admin product is reserved, is separate, is a separate product to administer Jira, whereas in Confluence, to be a Confluence administrator, this is mapped via the group membership here, and then with the product role, product admin. There's one other thing that we wanted to show here, and that is the product role in a JSM product. So let's navigate to Jira Service Management. I go to Manage Product. And the product roles in JSM are even more granular. They can be a user, which in JSM is the agent, and that is a licensed user. Agents are always licensed. They can be customers, and customers who come into a JSM project via the portal are non-licensed, therefore non-billable users. And they can, just like as was the case in Confluence and Jira, they can be user access admins. And we also have the role of stakeholders. Stakeholders can be invited into a JSM ticket. They can participate in the ticket and they would not be licensed. They're non-billable. And this is, by the way, only available on premium and enterprise plans. So user access admin is available for Jira, Jira Service Management, and Confluence, and again is a means to delegate the administration of user access from the org admin to somebody else. Again, in summary, this is the concept of using product roles which are identified mapped to groups, and groups is the concept in Atlassian products to grant access to members of those groups to various products in your organization. Now, the final note on this is that, of course, all of this is dependent on um, the plan that you are on. So the org admin retains the responsibility for ensuring that licensing is in order, that you are on the proper plan, that you have the correct number of users licensed, and you are basically up to caught up with billing. This, of course, overrides everything else. If the org admin were to lapse payment of licensing plans, or you're exceeding the number of licensed users, which, by the way, does include invited users, not only active users. It's important to point this out. The product access settings become secondary because, of course, you need to ensure that you are properly licensed for each of the plan. So hopefully this video was helpful to further elaborate on the more granular aspect of managing product access via the concept of product roles that are mapped to groups. Thank you very much for having joined me today. I hope you found this video informative. It is part of a multi-part video series on the role of Atlassian administrators. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. My name is Dietmar Dörschlag. You can reach me at dietmar.dörschlag@valiantis.com. I also want to encourage you to check out our YouTube channel, Valiantis, where we constantly create content which we think is helpful for you as you're invested in the Atlassian ecosystem. Thank you very much and have a great day.